you are headed out to Fort Tuthill, you may be looking at a faster commute. Snow may not be falling yet, but when it does, there may be more plows on the road. The American Red Cross is bringing the community an opportunity to save up to 3 lives in 45 minutes. Find out more.
Hello and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Alexa Dumiti.
And I'm student anchor Imani Payne. Thanks for joining us. Although it's only September, snow will be the hot topic on everyone's mind tonight at the City Council meeting. NAZ Today got the inside scoop as members of the council decide whether or not the current plowing policies meet the city's needs.
Right now we're not plowing less than 4 inches, and I checked with our city manager Kevin Burke and we saved $140,000 last year, which is a significant amount.
Despite the savings, City Council member Carla Brewster is hesitant to continue with the current plan.
But I'd like to see us go back to the other policy because I just think it's a safety risk for elderly and for people that have trouble getting around.
City Council member Jeff Orvitz recommends an alternative course of action.
I'd like to see overall a smarter snow removal policy, though. One that incorporates the time of year. Like, for example, if it's April, 6 inches of snow is a lot different than if you get 2 inches of snow in November, say, because November you might have a week where it's 25 degrees afterwards. So I'm looking just for a smarter snow removal policy in general.
For NAZ Today, I'm Danielle Davila.
The Arizona Department of Transportation will be cutting down 2,000 trees to make the commute on the 89A more efficient. NAZ Today's Brooke Cowell has the story.
If you're planning on visiting Fort Tuthill County Park, you can soon expect a faster commute.
ADOT has been working on this particular intersection right at Fort Tuthill County Park and State Road 89A. Anybody that's kind of been through that intersection, either to a county fair or any kind of event through there, or even going between Sedona and Flagstaff, has come across this pretty dangerous intersection.
The Arizona Department of Transportation will begin to remove about 2,000 trees along J.W. Powell Boulevard to construct 2 roundabouts in hopes to ease traffic.
ADOT has been trying to bring that intersection up to current design standards because it was built in the 1950s, and 1950 standards are, as you can imagine, pretty outdated.
In addition, ADOT plans to lengthen the I-17 entrance and exit ramps along the freeway. The county is working with ADOT on using some of the trees to produce firewood for eligible low-income residents, as well as donating wood for the Schultz fire flood mitigation efforts. In
working with ADOT, we're working to make sure that those trees essentially aren't cut in vain. We're trying to figure out several projects in which we could use to integrate them to make sure there is some sort of public benefit for them.
For NAZ Today, I'm Brooke Cowell.
In June 2010, a wildfire burned 15,000 acres on Schultz Pass. Downstream residents felt the blow during the following monsoon season that brought catastrophic flooding and caused 1 death. Since then, Coconino County has partnered with the Forest Service and the federal government to mitigate floodwaters. Coconino County Supervisor Liz Archuleta explains how the county spent the money.
So far we've been able to implement $7 million worth of construction projects prior to the monsoons and then even during the monsoon season. And
if you're planning...
So far we've been able to implement $7 million worth of construction projects prior to the monsoons and then even during the monsoon season. And if you go to the following areas, Wapaki Trails, Brandis, Campbell Avenue, and Sunset Crater Estates, you will see the completed projects. We've been able to use funding that we received from the Natural Resource Conservation Service, from the county, and also from FEMA to do these projects. And specifically, what the main projects are is building some very natural channels that go through the residential portion of the neighborhood, but they start at the forest. And so we've done some work on the forest itself. And what we're trying to do conceptually is speed the recovery of the forest, something that would normally take 50 years, and be able to address those watersheds and mitigate the flooding through that way. Right, so we certainly have some residents that are still at ground zero. I mean, we have a lot of corridors we need to address. We probably have about 4 more that we'd like to address and help people with the flooding. And so what we've been doing in the meantime is we try to do individual home protection. So you'll see jersey barriers and sandbags that are around homes. We have millions of sandbags in the area and miles of jersey barriers. So first, trying to protect the primary residents. And then those homes that did get flooded, we've been working with United Way of Northern Arizona and a lot of community volunteers to help them first clean out their houses, and then trying to get some help for them to restore, get those kitchen cabinets back in and get those carpets back in, and trying to help them recover. And it's costly, but our community has been so great. They've really pulled together.
Well, this summer has been one of the wettest in history and has definitely affected homes around Flagstaff. But what about the impact on the city?
And NAZ Today's Alexa Vagnazzi met with Kim Ott from the city of Flagstaff to learn more about what this means for the Northland.
Hi there, I'm here with Kim Ott from the city of Flagstaff, and we're here to discuss the water resource that we have here in Flagstaff. So Kim, I know that we've been in a drought for the past 20 years in Flagstaff here. However, this summer we saw a lot of rain, especially July, August, and now September. So basically, with all of this rain, what do we see with the water improvements for the city?
It's fascinating because if you had asked me this a week ago or less, I would have said, oh, absolutely nothing, it has no impact. But this is a historic moment. This, for the first time ever, we've actually had so much rain that we've actually seen an increase in the water levels at Lake Mary. We've never had this happen. We've been keeping records at Lake Mary since 1949, and never in the months of August and September have we ever seen that number go up. This is the first time. Our guess is how this worked out is in the month of July we got the record rainfall, and what it did, it saturated the area and all our forest around us, and basically got all the water it needed. The additional water then that came in August and now September has basically allowed that water to come off the forest and actually into Lake Mary, so we're seeing that rise in the water level. So this is a historic moment, never before, and we're very fortunate to have that change.
That's exciting. So I know that harvesting rainfall has been implemented with the city, a couple years back. So is that what we're working on right now with all this rainfall? And how does that affect, I know that we use groundwater as well, so are we using wells less? How is this working?
Yeah, so since we've seen the increase, especially at Lake Mary, what we're going to focus on now that we have that availability is we will start using more water at Lake Mary than we have, and reduce our use of the wells in the Flagstaff. This does a couple things. We have obviously more water in Lake Mary to use, and we can actually start saving money by saving electricity by not having to drive the water from the wells out into our distribution system.
That's fantastic for the public. I think that is all my questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
If you'd like to find out more information, please visit our website at naztoday.com.
Giving blood only takes about 45 minutes, and one donation can save up to 3 lives. There was a blood drive held on the Northern Arizona University campus today that we checked in on.
This morning, the Red Cross set up for a 3-day blood drive event on NAU campus. A donor recruitment representative spoke to us about his goals for this drive.
Our goals for the blood drive is to obtain 50 units per day, so we're hoping to collect a total of 150 units for the 3 days that we're here.
The blood drive will take place in the Du Bois Center from 11 to 4 tomorrow and 8 to 1 on Thursday. Walk-ins are welcome.
An NAU blind swimmer is taking on the challenge of swimming from Alcatraz to San Francisco Bay. Coming up in weather, meteorologist Lee Bourne will let us know whether or not to expect the sunny skies and mild temperatures to continue.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Lee Bourne. Hope you had a chance to get outside, enjoy the day today, because the weather is definitely going to turn a little sucky around here the next few days. Third day of fall. We're already talking about our second autumn storm system. Here it is, moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is going to have big impacts on us here in Arizona. Very windy days ahead. We're going to talk about it coming right up.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. To make room for the 2014 models, we're clearing the lot, and that means great deals for you on our 2013s. Right now, you'll find rebates up to $10,000 on select Chevrolet models. Choose from a full line of vehicles, including the totally redesigned 2014 Silverado 1500. You can always count on our same relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
To be the official soft drink of the NFL takes a special formula. It takes drive, determination, and a whole lot of taste. With millions of thirsty NFL fans out there, you've got to deliver every Sunday. And if you can do it all with 0 calories, you will be a legend. Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Maybe impossible really is a relative term. Freshman Katie Cuppy is setting out later this month to brave her way through a pretty incredible task. NAZ Today's Sierra Ferguson has more.
I'm here today at the Wall Aquatic Center to meet with Katie Cuppy, an NAU freshman who's setting out to show the world that visual impairments are just a diagnosis. Let's go meet Katie.
I was born with a genetic condition called albinism, which means that I lack pigment in my hair, skin, and my eyes. I can pretty much just see shapes and colors, and then outside in the sunlight I can't see anything.
Katie will be one of the first swimmers to cover the 1.5 mile distance between Alcatraz and San Francisco Bay. She will have to brave challenging currents and 55 to 60 degree waters to change history.
I have 3 sighted guides that are going to swim with me, and so 2 are going to be on the side of me and 1 is going to be ahead. And we're kind of going to use like a bumper system, so if I hit one of them, I can just correct myself. I just kind of want to like prove that vision loss doesn't have to limit a person, and that, you know, despite having a visual impairment, anybody can do anything that they want to do. And just to kind of prove to the world that it's not necessarily a handicap or like a horrible disability, that it's something that I embrace a lot about myself.
This swimmer also has big plans for the future.
I get my master's in special education with an emphasis on visual impairment, so I can be a teacher of the visually impaired, and my goal is to kind of just teach the kids that it's not a negative thing, that, you know, they can still do anything that they put their minds to.
For NAZ Today with Kaylee Emery, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
Now, to find out more about Katie, her team, or the foundation for blind children, check out seeitourway.com.
Downtown Flagstaff is a destination that supports local businesses of all sorts, a hub that includes restaurants, candle shops, and more than just your average brewery.
Teresa Tedrick went out to see what exactly is hopping into our class.
Each year, Americans consume enough beer cans to reach the moon and back 20 times. Now that's a lot of tailgates. With such a high demand for the product, what is the process behind making beer?
We're here at the Lumber Yard, one of Flagstaff's oldest breweries, to find out how much work goes into making beer. Lumberyard brewer Mike Dedlin says making beer is a form of art.
It's kind of like art and science kind of mix, and when you get your beer right, you know it's right.
To start, he cracks the grain gently and mixes it with some hot water, extracting the sugars. Then he brings the grain over and into the brew kettle, adding different hops.
Over here on the vine are what we call hops. Hops add a natural bitterness to the beer, they add the flavor, the aroma, and they act as a natural preservative.
Once it's boiled, Dedlin lets the beer sit and then it goes into the whirlpool, transfers into the fermenter, then he adds yeast to create the carbon dioxide and alcohol. This whole process takes anywhere from 5 to 7 days, and then he has a finished product.
But I just enjoy it. It's hands-on work, and like I said before, you get a reward out of it because you get a finished product. Quality control, tasting the beer is the best part. You know, always. You want to be able to sit down and have your finished product.
For NAZ Today with videographer Gavin Dunham, I'm Teresa Tedrick.
Flagstaff Medical Center and the Flagstaff School District are partnering up to help make kids fit. NAZ Today's Sierra Ferguson went out to bring us more.
A
About 30% of FUSD elementary school students are obese. So I'm here today at D. Miguel Elementary School to find out what the district and Flagstaff Medical Center are doing to address this statistic.
The reason we wanted to start the Fit Kids at School program is on a preventative level. The hospital committed $1 million last year to all 10 elementary schools in Flagstaff Unified School District. It was so successful last year that the hospital again committed another $1 million to Flagstaff Unified School District.
Fit Kids supplements traditional PE classes with before-school recesses and a variety of athletic activities. For 35 minutes a week, students learn about physical fitness and nutrition.
We've doubled the amount of activity that these kids are getting, in addition to some of the nutrition education and some of the behavioral problems. Kids can get some of the excess energy out before they go back to the classrooms and have curriculum work that they need to learn.
But what do the students and teachers think about Fit Kids?
It's very athletic, and I'm athletic too.
I like that I get to play with the kids all day long, every day of the week.
Reporting from D. Miguel Elementary School with Alex Lucero, for NAZ Today, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
I was an ordinary guy, but I switched to Suddenlink's new internet, and now I can't stop being awesome, because it's the fastest in town. Downloads, uploads, any kind of load, everything just flows, at speeds 13 times faster than phone company DSL. Even when the whole family is online, there's no buffering. With DSL, we were suffering. Yep, anything the phone company can do, I can do faster, now that I have the next big thing from Suddenlink, now that I have a house full of easy.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
Out there for us today, just a couple degrees above the average for this time of year of 70, well off record heat, 85 degrees set back in 1947. All right, we're back. 30 degrees was our early morning low this morning. Some frost temperatures above 6,500 feet. We're going to get away from the very cold early mornings, and we're also, unfortunately, going to get away from this beautiful afternoon weather as well. We have a storm system heading our way, and oh, again, Virginia. Geez, we really got some bumpy things going on around here. But, yeah, we do have another fall storm system. We had one on the first day of fall, which was on Sunday, that very windy day. And we have another one headed our way. Already two here in the first few days of fall. This one is going to be another big wind maker. Here it is. We're looking at the Pacific Northwest satellite because this is where this storm is really impacting, bringing some moisture into the northern Rockies and also along the Pacific coast. There's a cold front draped right along the Great Basin. This is going to start to sag towards the south, and it's going to be right on our doorstep as we make our way through the day tomorrow. What's that mean for us? Temperatures will still be well out ahead of it, so nice temperatures, but winds are going to be on the increase throughout the entire day tomorrow. And Virginia, is there any way to go back to that? I don't think so. Winds will be sustained 25 to 35 miles per hour tomorrow, gusting to 45 miles per hour, and then on Thursday, that cold front just kind of stalls right on top of us. Winds gusting up in excess of 50 miles per hour on Thursday. Temperatures will also gradually cool with this storm system. Tomorrow, we're just taking it down a couple degrees. Then we get into Thursday, we're actually down about 10 degrees from where we are right now. And then Friday, the coolest day as the cold front pushes through. Friday, though, the wind will be over, but it will be on the cool side. Okay, our high temperature tomorrow, 70 degrees. As I mentioned, sunny and windy. windy with the winds gusting up around 45 miles per hour. The National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory for virtually the whole northern half of the state. And there'll probably be some blowing dust issues if you're out there in the Little Colorado River Valley, out on the Navajo Nation, Hopi, and also out towards Winslow. And it could also make travel difficult across I-40 because the winds will be out of the southwest. So it'll be a crosswind right across the I-40. And it'll be howling out there tomorrow, increasing throughout the day. Overnight lows not as chilly as where we have been the last couple mornings. The reason for that is it'll be a little bit breezy overnight tonight, and then the wind will continue to increase through the morning hours tomorrow. 84 degrees in Sedona, 80 degrees in Prescott. Mid-90s down in Phoenix. They're breathing sighs of relief that they're not seeing triple digits. And look at your northern Arizona numbers. Okay, so the extended forecast has these couple very windy days for us. That's tomorrow and on Thursday. Both will be miserably windy, and you can take that to the bank on Friday. 58 degrees, the coolest day of the forecast. We get into the weekend. And it's looking nice. We start to slowly warm things up. Saturday, no wind, sunshine, 63, great day, and then back into the 70s by late weekend.
So is this a bitter wind? Are we going to be chilly tomorrow?
I guess that's a subjective question. I guess it's bitter for me. I'm not a big fan.
I agree. Kaylee, what do we have in sports?
We got a lot going on. Hockey has finally started. There's going to be a lot of baseball, and I will tell you more about that when we come back.
Be sure to tune into NAZ Today every Wednesday at 6 and 10 p.m. for the NAZ Today Car Tip of the Week. This week brought to you by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, located on Highway 66.
Ready to follow your dreams? Let Northern Arizona University chart your course with local classes at more than 30 campuses statewide.
My NAU is in the Valley.
My NAU is in Mojave County.
Convenient, affordable, with accredited degree programs.
My NAU is in Tucson.
My NAU is on the reservation.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University, statewide, online, and in Flagstaff.
We start things off with high school volleyball today, as we are still in the first month and conference teams have met up once again. Last year's reigning champs, the Flagstaff Lady Eagles, are hosting the Cortez Colts. Their match started earlier this evening at 6 o'clock. Flagstaff currently holds an 8-4-6 record, while Cortez only has a 2-7 record. The Coconino girls traveled to Cottonwood to take on Mingus High School. Tonight, their match started at 6 o'clock as well. Coconino is on a 3-game winning streak, while Mingus is trying to break out of a 2-game losing streak. Northland Prep is also on the road, down in Phoenix, to face with the Veritas Prep girls. NPA is undefeated, while Veritas Prep has won 7 out of their last 9 games played. This match started at 6 o'clock as well. We will give you scores from all 3 of these games tomorrow. The Lumberjacks got a big win this past Saturday, but one player has stood out so far already as he ran into the record books. NAZ's Today's Tressa Tedrick went onto the football field to talk with Zach Bowman and his record-breaking career.
Senior running back Zach Bowman has broken the NAU all-time career rushing record.
I was surprised, actually. Somebody just walked up to me and said, congratulations, and I said, oh, I broke it? And they're like, yeah, you broke the record, and I had no idea.
You know, we were in the middle of a game, and obviously we're involved with the tactics and strategy of that game. And I know his running back coach, Jimmy Beal, is the one that let us know.
Man, it was just a great feeling for him. I mean, I'm so proud of him and what he's accomplished here at the university.
It's not every football season that someone can say they broke a school record, but senior running back Zach Bowman is one of the elite who can.
I just said, wow, like, I'm actually number one. And, you know, I've never been able to really say that in high school. Like, I broke records, but I was never really the number one, the top just career, and I just really thought, wow, I'm actually number one. It's kind of crazy.
To break a school record, a player needs a solid work ethic, drive, passion, and a desire to be the best.
The biggest thing is that he's such a motivator. He'll go through, he'll play hurt, he'll play injured, and the guys see that. And they know that he'll be willing to do anything on the field for them, and that they'll do the same thing for him as well.
Well, if you know Zach, you know that he's a hard worker and he's all about winning. He's a great competitor, and he's a guy that, you know, will
will accept nothing less than the best.
Breaking the NAU rushing record is not only a celebration for Bowman, but also for his dad.
I love it and my dad loves it. I think that's kind of our bond. I think I've been playing football since I was 6 years old. He was my first coach, so I think that's me and my dad's bond. I think that's why I love football so much. I honestly think my dad's a lot more happy that I broke the record than I am.
Star athletes don't stop at one success. Bowman is hungry for even more records.
Actually, I wanted to break every record. I'm trying to break scoring record, rushing record, all-purpose record, but I don't have any rings yet, so I really need a Big Sky Championship ring, National Championship ring, and I want that Walter Payton Award.
Bowman continues his drive for that Big Sky ring at home against the Montana Grizzlies on Saturday. For NAZ Today, I'm Tressa Tedrick.
Moving to a more cooler temperature, I got a chance to be at the Jay Lively Ice Rink for the Division II NAU preseason game against the Arizona Redhawks. The game was dedicated to the lives that were lost in the Yarnell fire. All of the money that was raised at the game was donated to families that lost their loved ones. The Ice Jacks took a win 8-4 and will play again Friday and Saturday against the U of A Wildcats. And over on the baseball diamond, the Arizona Diamondbacks were in San Diego. And we are going to take you right into the bottom of the first when Padres' Chase Headley singles to center as Chris Denorfia puts the first point on the board. Bottom of the sixth now as Nick Hundley smacks it to left for a 3-run home run. The Padres would strike out Paul Goldschmidt in the top of the seventh and then Miguel Montero in the top of the ninth to end the game. The Padres take the win 4-1. Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of sports went around. So the games are going on. The high school games are going on right now. So we'll give you everyone updates tomorrow on it.
Well, great. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'd like to invite you to the ski house. If you're out there and you're looking for some rental equipment to head up to the Snow Bowl, or if you're looking to purchase, I'd like to invite you over to our downtown location, conveniently located for your Arizona Snow Bowl visit. We have cheaper prices, brand new equipment, 2012 and 13 models, rocker, reverse camber, juniors, anything you name for winter sports, we've got it. If you need to rent clothes, we've got that. If you want to do an online reservation, you can do that as well. Visit us online at skihouseflagstaff.com.
Well, recently one Florida man finds that simply running a marathon is not challenging enough, so he joggled backwards during the Quad Cities Marathon in Illinois over the weekend. Joggling is juggling while jogging. Joe Salter reportedly joggled backwards the whole 26.2 miles, finishing at 5 hours, 51 minutes, and 25 seconds.
And get this, juggling while running isn't Salter's only talent. He also completed a triathlon while juggling. I'm not sure I could complete a triathlon while not juggling.
If he can do that backwards, juggling, it's got to be a piece of cake.
How many do you think he's run regular forwards?
I don't know. They're getting old, so probably
sure knows
a lot.
how to keep it fresh, though.
That takes talent, that's for sure.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow night.
Thanks for watching.